For 2 weeks only, buy the Zombie Chronicles poster pack. A link is down below. How are all of you lovely people doing today? My name is John. Today I want to talk about the Zombies timeline because it's not that accessible to everybody. It's hard to get your hands on. Fortunately, I'm lucky enough to have a physical copy, but even when you have a physical copy like that one, it's not that great. I mean, sure, you could take it down from the wall, but it's so big, it's so unwieldy. I mean, look at it. I can't even like sit here and hold it and keep me and the picture in the frame. This thing is freaking massive because the timeline is so dense and has so much information on it. So even when you have a physical copy, it's not that great to have. So maybe you can go use the one that Treyarch provided online. So here we have the official timeline website created by Call of Duty. And sure, this is great. We can go in the beginning. There was only the Aether and the Keepers. Among them were two beings who would later be known by many names. One would be known as Dr. Monty and the other the Shadow Man. And then September 3rd, 5 AD, knowing that the planet has gateway to Agartha, the Apothecans sent meteors of element 115 to Earth, and they believe humanity will be one day use element 115 to wage war among themselves, opening a rift that will allow Apothecans to escape. Okay, shit, where do I go? No, that's not right. That's up. Can I rotate this? No. Well, shit. Where? All right. Fuck. I've already lost my place. Oh. Okay. Huh. This one's sideways, but we could tilt our head a bit. January 5th, 1292. The Great War begins. Okay. Well, fuck. This one's upside down. All right. That's not a problem. We can do it like. There we go, and I just move the mouse like, oh, no. Fuck! At the end of the day, that website sucks and is one of the most frustrating websites to use. If anybody ever attempts to read the entire timeline based on that website, I will give you a gold medal for effort because it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, what I've been working on for the past month or so is a easily navigatable online timeline for you guys to use. So you guys can find this on my website, johnnyj25.com/timeline. A link will be in the description, and it has an easily navigatable timeline right here for you guys to use. So the controls are relatively intuitive. So you use your mouse wheel to zoom in. You can zoom in and out wherever you want on the timeline. And then you can also click and drag the timeline so you can move it however you would like. Simple as that. You just click and hold. Now, admittedly, it's a little bit buggy. This is still in beta, but this was a build that I felt like was usable enough to get you guys started. And if you guys want to explore the Zombies timeline, you can. And there also are some buttons on the side if you want to just maybe do a little rotate or like a zoom in or zoom out. And I also have key control, so you can zoom in using the mouse wheel, or you can use the keys I and O. O will zoom in, I will zoom out, and then Q will rotate the image, and then E will also rotate it in the opposite direction. So you can read the timeline like this. In the beginning, there was only the Aether and the Keepers, and among them were the two beings who would later be known by many names. One would be known as Dr. Monty, the other as the Shadow Man. Then move on, September 3rd, 5 AD. Knowing the planet has a gateway to Agartha, the Apothecans send meteors of element 115 to Earth. They believe humanity will use element 115 to wage war amongst themselves, opening a rift that will allow the Apothecans to escape the Dark Aether. So, alright, now we'll move on to this part of the timeline. Well, thankfully we can hit the key E, drag, and rotate, and now we have this at a nice angle. Zoom in so we can easily read it. January 15th, 1292, the Great War between humanity and the Apothecans begins. So, alright, now we know the next bit's upside down. We can just simply rotate it like that, zoom out a bit so everything fits in screen. Sir Pablo Marinus is saved from the clutches of the Margua by 4 unknown heroes. They would later become known as Primus. Alright, we'll keep rotating, and boom, you can do this throughout the entire timeline. You can maybe you're done with that spiral. You want to go read about the fractures. So you'll do a little bit of rotating. Admittedly, it's a little buggy. I'm gonna admit it's not perfect. So maybe we'll start with the giant and go. Okay, so Primus was at the giant, and then We'll follow this little trail along over here. We can rotate it and see what happened at this bit of the timeline right here. Oh, Der Eisendrache. Yeah, wonderful. Oh, there's Zetsubo. So now we can clearly and plainly see Zetsubo without having to break our neck trying to stand upside down in front of our computer. And we'll follow and see where Primus goes. So at the end of the day, this is for you guys an easily navigatable Zombies timeline. I'll admit it's buggy. You'll notice one of the biggest problems I have right now is ghosting. I'm still working on fixing that. I'm also planning on adding other features such as overlays so that there will be highlights of all the different routes and all the different journeys and spirals. So if you're having a hard time following, you can just follow the highlights. So all of this is hopefully coming soon with the timeline, but for now, this is a workable build. And if you've seen any of my videos where I do read off the timeline, this is how I've been able to get really good screenshots for the past few months. I'll find a snippet of the timeline that I want, maybe this one, the construction of Griffin Station, and then I'll just go into Gyazo, take a little screenshot of it, and boom, I have that right there. So that's been a really handy tool. So for any of you guys making videos about the zombie storyline, or you just want to read the timeline, this is a really good tool for you guys. Free to use. All you have to do is go to my website, johnnyj25.com/zombies-timeline, and this is here for you. I'm going to be continuously updating this and making it better and fixing bugs as time goes on. But for now, here is a working build that I wanted to get out to you guys. And I know a lot of you say, John, well, why would I bother reading this when I can go read the transcripts online? And to that I say, you can and you will get the story. However, Jason Blundell said that there are certain properties and there are certain features of the timeline that you only get when you look at its physical layout and physical representation. So this would allow you to explore the story without missing out on the physical representation of the image. So if you'd like to read it and view it as it's initially intended, this is the tool for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is something that I've put a lot of time into, a lot of work into creating, and if you enjoyed it, maybe give this give this video a like, possibly subscribe, and maybe share this around. I want everybody to use this. I've created this for the Zombies community. I thought this was a tool that everybody would love to use. I'm going to go though. Have a wonderful day, and bye.